Hello everyone, welcome to a new process video today. I am working on a double page 6x12 layout. These are pocket pages. I've got 3 horizontal 4x6 photos on this side. Already picked them out, know the way that I want them laid out here. And then on this side, I have a bunch of 3x3 pockets, and these are generally harder for me to use. I do have one pocket item picked out already. I found that in some other kit I had. I think it was a 3x4, and I cut it down to fit, but these are empty, so I have to come up with something for those. And then I have no idea how the rest of this is going to go. These are photos from whale watching in Boston, and I've kind of been skipping over these and putting them off for a while because I'm intimidated. This was my favorite thing that we did in Boston, and so I want these layouts to really shine because the whale watching was fantastic. So I'm hoping they turn out well. I have grabbed some stuff that I gathered ahead of time when I knew we were going to go whale watching. So I just have some puffy stickers. These are from Coco Daisy that are kind of ocean water themed. And then I have a couple of acrylic pieces from Colorcast Designs that have different phrases that would work. And then these are my absolute favorite. These are from Bramble Fox, and they say whale of a time with a whale tail and everything. And then the other one, what does it say in there? I can't remember. I think it says make a splash. Let's find out. But when I saw them, I had to get them for myself and my friends. Yes, make a splash. And it looks like that. So I have all of those things ready to go, but I'm probably going to end up doing, I'm going to say maybe 4 separate layouts from whale watching because I had so many dang photos. So if I don't use something here, it'll still get used. I have this strip of paper. Look at the whales on this side, how cute. Ocean themed. I have these that are left. I've cut into this paper already, obviously, but I have those. And then this is what's on the back. It doesn't really match here, but I'll probably use maybe something from this side. And then these, which I love. These are from Photo Play. This line has been out for a little while now. But when I saw it, I knew I had to have it not just for these, but for another trip I took as well that has some sea things happening. So between all this, I'm hoping I can bring something fun together. So a couple of things right at the start. When I took these out of the packaging and really took a look at them, I realized they're too big for this layout because I wouldn't put them on any photos here, and they're too wide. So these will have to get saved for another layout, which is fine. I'll have more. But these two that I had put in there, the wow and the anchor, those might work here. So I'm going to hang on to those. They're both black. The backing is still on them, but they're both black. So it would match because I've got plenty of that in here in different places. And the other thing I realized is that I had tucked these in there. These were the professional photos that were taken of us. So before you get on the boat, of course they have somebody there saying, we're going to take your photo. You can buy it at the end. And normally I'm against that, but these turned out pretty cute. And so I want to use them. And I realized I stuck them in there, obviously thinking, oh, I'll notice when I get there. I didn't plan for them here. And I've already done this layout, so I'll either have to interject those before or maybe do a 3x8 insert here. So I'm keeping that in mind as I go, that I may have an insert there as well. So when I realized that those other phrases, the acrylic pieces, would not fit, I took out these. So here I have Splish Splash, and then I have Wet and Wild. This green really does not go here. However, this might work. And when you look at these pockets, it would be a perfect fit. It actually looks as if it's made for a 3x3 pocket. Now, right here, I don't know if the camera will show this, right here, that is a slightly different color in the water. And then I also have it here. So if I could find a pocket card or background paper to match this, it goes pretty well. I might be able to use that. So I'm keeping it as an option. Now, I had also tucked this little piece of wood veneer in there to use. I feel like I could use it here as well because there are brown tones in the building and in the lighthouse rocks here. So I might be able to work that in as well. So I'm keeping those both as options, and we'll see how it goes. So I think I have decided I'm going to take this card and then take the acrylic anchor that I have and actually put it on here like that because it'll bring in some black, which will help because obviously the whales, their bodies that we see here poking out are black. And there's a little bit over here too as well in some of the buildings. So I think that will help bring that in a little bit. And I just like the look of it. I think it adds to that card. Otherwise, it's a lot of blue next to each other, and this helps break that up a little bit. One of the things that I think I want to do here is to take a pennant or flag, whatever you'd like to call it, and have it either sticking out this way or vertically. And then if it's a subtle enough pattern, I would like to stamp on it. I have this set of stamps from Kelly Perky. It's called Travel Words. It's from last year, 2019. And I would really like to use the one that says port, because I think I've got a lot of empty space here. That would work well because we were pulling out of the port there. And then to have it stamped on here just adds some nice visual interest. So I'm going to look through there and see if I have anything that will work design-wise, and then I will stamp on it. So I think I have found one that will work. I pulled a couple other ones first, but then when I was looking at this color again, matching, you know, parts of the building here, sorry if you heard that sneeze upstairs, that's my husband, and then matching this color over here, I found this one. And it will work perfectly because I can place it like that. I can put a mini staple in there. I can stamp port on here. I could even, don't I have one that says boat? I think I have one on here that says boat, or yes, boat right there. I could even add that in if I wanted to. They would both fit on there. So I'm thinking about it, but I want to do port for sure and then just see kind of how it fills up the space. I decided to do the stamping right in the middle because when I was thinking about trying to fit two in there, I decided I didn't like that idea after all. So I did the stamping right smack in the middle, and I really like the way that looks. And now I can attach it. If I can find my adhesive, there it is. And I'll do that one right up flush with the left edge there, like so. And I think that's really going to help color-wise when I put the other acrylic piece on the opposite page. There we go. So I am looking at this sheet, and I think I want to use this one, but I'll have to cut it down to fit a 3x3, which is okay. I think I can probably do it if I maybe cut closer to the top here, get right up to where it says it's a big blue world, or I would even be willing to cut that off completely because I don't really need it. What I really like is the color and the whale. Here it is. I decided to just cut off the bottom phrase as best I could and then use it as is. So it's slightly uneven with the pattern between top and bottom, but I don't really mind it. I'm okay with that because I want to use that cute whale, and it brings in more of this color as well. So now I have those pockets figured out. I still have to figure out what to put in the background here, and I'm almost tempted to do something sort of maybe black and white so that it will bring out the anchor over here and the black stamping and the whale itself. But I don't know what that is. I didn't anticipate that, and so I don't have that picked out. But I can go into my stash and see what I have. Well, unfortunately, I didn't find anything that I liked that was black and white pattern. It either had words on it that weren't correct, or there was too much black. It just wasn't going to work. So I think what I may do is just take a piece of white cardstock, use part of this border because it has that same color in it as this. So I could just cut a strip across and then kind of layer this on there, and maybe that's all I really need. All right, so I cut a scratch piece of white cardstock down to 3x3. I'm going to move this here, and I cut off part of that wave border sticker I had. So I'm going to, let's see here. I want these. Do I want it to overlap a little or not? Maybe not. Maybe I'll just do it like that. Kind of 3/4 of the way down. And then I can just cut off the edges. There we go. And then I have the wave, and then this can sit just above it, like so. Before I decided to glue this on, I was looking at this card, and I thought maybe it would help to do some black outlining around the waves, just to give it a little bit more definition. And I do think that was the right choice. When I have these all together, I think that black does make it jump out a little bit more. Plus it brings in the black that I already have going. So I think I'm going to glue that on now and I'll be happy with it. When I was looking at how I had this laid out, I decided to change the configuration a little bit. I moved some photos around so that these wouldn't be so close together. So I do like that these are now more spaced out, which is great, plus my other card up there. And I think that on this one, it will allow me to use the other acrylic piece I had that says wow, and it's black, so that will work in some of that as well. I really think that'll help the design. All right, I adhered that and I love the way that looks. So I'm thinking maybe the right-hand side is done now. I don't want to detract from these beautiful photos. The only other thing I might consider is maybe stamping something up here because this photo is so empty, but I actually don't mind that. It's very restful, I think, for the eye just to see that. So I don't know that I'll mess with it. But over here, I do think I need either something down here in the water or up here in the sky. Otherwise, I have nothing else on this side. So I have grabbed out my blue phrase labels and I'm hoping I can find something that matches this color. I didn't find anything in my phrase labels that was the right color with the right saying, so I can't do that. But then I remembered that I have these. And since I'm not going to end up using this, it's not going to work color-wise after all, I figured I might as well try to use something from here. And both of these are the right color. So I'm thinking maybe this one, because if you look real closely, it has a wave pattern in it. So I could maybe take the arrow and point it towards the whales that way. Plus, we were heading out of the harbor going in this direction, so it works. All right, so I added that sticker pointing in that direction, which I like. And then I realized I felt like this was still a little bit blank and that I could bring in more black there. So I pulled out my phrases and I found this one, which is pretty much perfect because we were on our way off for an adventure. So I think I'm going to put it right about here and just kind of overlap it like so. And then it brings in more black, brings in another phrase, and I think it'll be done. Okay, I have everything in the pockets and I do believe this one is done. So here is close-up of the left side. There we go with that lovely little puffy sticker. And then here is the right side, and I'm glad I left this blank. I think this has enough going on. So there's the top row, second row, third row, and bottom row. So I got to use a lot of fun acrylics on this page, which is awesome, plus puffy stickers, phrases, and stamping. This was a really fun one to put together, and now I'm not so intimidated to go on to the next ones. So here's another one done for Boston. Thanks for watching.